Hey everybody, and welcome to my reading vlog for the Do the Thingathon readathon. So it has been a while since I've done a vlog dedicated to a readathon, but now there was the Do the Thingathon organized by Ashleigh from A Frolic Through Fiction, and I thought it was perfect, so I have decided to participate. And this readathon is all about doing the thing that you've been wanting to do for ages, which is basically like you can design it however you want to. You can make up your own challenges, whatever it is. If you want to do something, try to do it this week. And it can be as little as reading one page in the entire week, or as much as reading a book a day, whatever you want. But I will leave a link to Ashleigh's channel down below in the description box, so you can check out the announcement video and see for yourself. But yeah, I have decided to participate, which I have to admit is an interesting choice, because also in 2 weeks time, I have the deadline for my master's thesis, and there is so much that needs to be done. Like, I think I'm doing okay as of right now, but still, it's going to be a busy 2 weeks. So this week also is going to be very busy with lots of school related things. But I've decided to participate anyway, so we're going to make the most of it and see what happens. So for my personal challenges, I had a couple of them, and you can watch my TBR video for May, but I've changed a lot of it because I just want to continue the book that I'm currently reading, and that is A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabine, the fourth and final book in the Ember in the Ashes quartet. So one of my challenges was to finish a book series, so I guess this one still very much fits that description, because as I said, it's the final book in a series. A book series that I've been reading since I think 2016 or something, before I started booktube, and I've waited a long time for all of the books. And this is also like, it doesn't have the dust jacket on, it is the Fairy Loot edition, and I like to take the dust jacket off whenever I'm reading it, but this is like with the beautiful pages and everything, and it's just gorgeous. And I've also already started it. I'm already at page 144. I've read that last week. You could see that in my previous reading vlog. My general thought so far is that I'm enjoying it very much, mostly because you get right back into the story. There's lots that is happening. I love to be back with all of these characters. I really care for them so much, and I hope that everyone will end up happy and that everything will be alright. But usually with these types of fantasy book series, that is not always the case. And it is a fantasy book series, in case you don't know, but I feel like I've repeated the premise of this book series countless times. But it is a Roman inspired fantasy world with slaves and elite soldiers. Lots of exciting things, but I would very much recommend it to find it out for yourself. But I really love the series and I want to finish it, which I'm hopefully going to do this week. Then another book that I'm planning to read is actually The King of Crows by Britt, which is another book series that I hope to finish, because this is again the last book in a series quartet with 4 books. In this case of the Diviner series, which is historical fiction with a supernatural element to it, because it's about a group of young people who all have some sort of supernatural power. And there's again lots more to it. This is the final book, which has been on my shelves since it was released, and yeah, it is time to finally read it. And in this case, I have decided that I will listen to the audiobook, because the audiobooks of the Diviner series are really good. And also I needed an audiobook for this week, so I think this one is just perfect. But I do think that before I start my audiobook, I should probably read up some summaries of the previous books, because to be honest, I'm not really sure what happened in them. That's not true. I do remember some things, but I think there are a lot of details that I need to remember. So I think I will do that tonight before I start my audiobook read of this one. And then for the final book that I am reading, that I hope to finish this week during the readathon, is actually a Dutch book. It's also one that I talked about in my previous reading vlog, but it's called Op je lijf geschreven, which means written on your body, which is kind of like a Dutch saying that it's like very much meant for you. It is written by Marja Louise, who is a journalist and a body positive activist. And yeah, this book is very much about body positivity. It is non-fiction, which was also one of my original challenges when it came to the readathon. So it's not the book that I originally picked for it, but it's the one that I'm currently reading. I'm about halfway through, and since I'm very busy, I'm just going to go with it, and this is going to be the non-fiction book that I'm reading this week. So far, very much enjoying it. It is like, this book is so nice to me. It's like, it is giving you a hug. It is so much about loving yourself and body positivity and things like that, which is something that I'm very much in the process of learning to embrace and learning to accept and things like that. So yeah, I do hope that I can finish it this week, because I feel like this book is just doing so many good things for me and my mental health, which makes it my non-fiction book of this readathon. So yeah, wish me luck. I hope things are going to be alright. I do again have a lot of things to do for my thesis, like a lot of things to read and to write, and I do have a writing plan, and I do have a research plan, and I have lots of notes and lots of summaries and things like that. But now one thing, like I still have to do some of the research bits, and then I have to turn it into an actual paper, like an actual, you know, argument and things like that. But I've done a lot of the groundwork, I think. So it's hard to say if I'm not sure how confident I am, but I think it's going to be alright. We're just going to go for it, you know? It's not like I have anything else to do. Right now, we're going to make the best of it, and wish me luck with that as well. As of right now, I think I'm going to go for a little walk through the city center, and I think I have to bring my umbrella because the weather today has been pretty horrible. But I do want to go outside for a little bit because I haven't been outside today. And sometimes, even when the weather is bad, a little bit of air is nice. So I'm going to do that right now, and then do some more school stuff. And then tonight I'm going to do some reading. And yeah, I'm very excited about the final Ember in the Ashes book. I'm very much enjoying it. Hey, first of all, I am so happy with how my makeup turned out today. I love it, and I'm just obsessed with it. And to think I was actually going for like a natural look originally, but then I was like, no, I'm going for purple, pink-ish, whatever. And I'm very happy with how it looks. So I just want to admire myself in the mirror. Secondly, this is about the only place in my apartment I can film right now, because you cannot see it, but my apartment is such a mess with boxes and things like that, because I've been ordering some stuff for my apartment, some decorative stuff. Yeah, my apartment is a mess and I need to clean it up, but there's so much else I need to do. So it is on the to-do list, but yeah, there is much on these to-do lists. And then thirdly, yeah, let's do a reading update, because I have started The King of Crows with the audiobook, and yeah, have not read much so far, but I've been enjoying it. I did read like summaries of the previous 3 books, because otherwise I would have been so confused, and there were moments that I was like, oh yeah, right, I've forgotten that. But now I feel like I know all the important things again, although I'm sure there are many details that I'm not completely up to date on. But so far the audiobook is great as always, because, you know, the audiobooks of the Diviner series are just so good. And I've been listening to that whilst I was doing my makeup this morning. And also last night I read some more of A Sky Beyond the Storm. Not that much, because I have to admit last night I wasn't really feeling the reading mood all that much, but a little bit. I think around 20 pages. And I also read like 3 pages of the Dutch body positive book, Op je lijf geschreven. And then I realized that I also really wasn't feeling that. So I guess that last night was alright. I didn't read massive amounts, but I'm also not that disappointed. And hopefully today will be another productive day. And first of all, I'm going to the market because I have to do some groceries, because I don't have any dinner for tonight. So I'm going to do that, and then I will continue with thesis work, and then later hopefully read a little bit, I don't know. But I hope I can do as much as possible for this second day of the readathon. So again, I feel like I keep saying this, but wish me luck. Hello, it is now evening and I made some really nice dinner that I really want to show off because I'm very proud with how it turned out. So what I made some, let's take a second. I made some chicken wings with like really nice spices that I love very much. And I made some like green beans but with a sort of like seasoning thingy. Well, it's hard to explain. Okay, maybe I'm not the best chef when explaining things. Some rice, and this is a spicy hard-boiled egg that my mother gave me because I was home last weekend. It's basically a hard-boiled egg with like lots of spicy sauce, and overall it's just yum. I'm so excited for this. I'm just going to eat it now because I'm hungry. And this looks really good, so very happy with that. Okay, it is Thursday. I didn't film anything yesterday and Wednesday because basically it was a 100% thesis kind of day and I was like not feeling like filming anything else. But I thought it is time for another reading update for the Do the Thingathon. And first of all, I have to say that for a Sky Beyond the Storm, I haven't made that much progress because I wasn't really feeling like reading a lot last night. And I'm now on page, I don't even remember what my last update was, but I'm now on page 182. So yeah, not that much progress, but also, you know, I've been very busy. So I don't have a whole lot of new thoughts on this one. I still think it's enjoyable, but the other book, the audiobook that I'm listening to, I have made a lot of progress with. The King of Crows, I'm now on page 164. So yeah, it's about this much if you can see it. That is pretty okay. I'm pretty pleased with that. Because of course, even though I'm busy, I'm still listening to my audiobook when I'm doing my makeup, when I have to clean, when I have to make dinner, whatever. I feel like audiobook listening is very much integrated in my life, so that is a whole lot easier for me even when I'm busy with other things. And as of my thoughts for the King of Crows so far, very enjoyable. Like, I really love this series. I love the writing style, which is very like funny and with 1920s use of language. All the characters at this point, we've just spent 3 books with building up so much of the characters. So with this book, you're sort of, they don't waste any time with explaining them more. You know these characters, you love them, and now you get to spend more time with them, and the story and the adventure evolves, and it's just, there's so much that is happening. I love it, and especially the audiobook, as I think I've mentioned before, it is such a good one. It is so interesting to listen to. It grabs your attention instantly, and I am very much enjoying my time listening to this book. So I think it was a very good choice to listen to this one during this readathon and during this busy week. Not 100% sure if I will finish it before the readathon is over, but I will give it a try and see what happens. But so far it is promising, and I'm very curious to see how this entire adventure and this book series is going to end. But yeah, as I mentioned before, I'm mostly busy with writing my thesis, which is yeah, the first draft is due in 8 days as of right now, so there's still a lot that needs to happen. Fortunately, it's only the first draft, and then after that you will get feedback and you have another 2 weeks to finish up your final draft. But even though the first draft still has to be kind of complete, like it's a whole thing. But I think it's going okay. Like yesterday I had a good day and I definitely made some structural progress of what I want to do, like how I want to build it and how I want to make the arguments. So I'm very happy with that. Even though I didn't like write a lot of words, I definitely worked on my plan and how it is supposed to end up, and I think that's also very important. Today I have some articles that I still need to read that I think need to be added to the theoretical framework. I have to finish up my methodology. I have to watch a whole lot of YouTube videos because my thesis is about Harry Potter videos on YouTube, and for my research I have to watch and transcribe a whole lot of Harry Potter videos, which sounds like fun, and of course it's not the worst thing ever, but if you have to like watch so many for research purposes, it can be a bit, yeah, much. So that was pretty much it for my reading updates as of right now. Of course, it is a bit of a weird readathon with my thesis and everything, but you know, it is called the Do the Thingathon, and I'm definitely doing the thing with writing my thesis, so I guess it is still very much appropriate for this video. And now it is time for me to get back to my laptop and to everything that I need to read and all the videos that I need to watch. And I really don't feel like it today, but it needs to happen because it has to happen. And then after that, once this is done, I'll have a master's degree. So I just have to keep my focus on that. It is now Thursday evening. I've worked on my thesis, not as much as I would have liked, but to be honest, I have that feeling every day, but today just wasn't the best day ever. But I'm guessing it's still like, I still am sort of on schedule, so let's not try to be too stressed about that. But anyway, when it comes to reading, I decided what I needed was apparently another book that I've just started, and that is The Missing Sister by Lucinda Riley on my e-reader. And this is the 7th and final book in the Seven Sisters series, which I've read entirely, not because the series is necessarily that good, but more because it's so addictive. The story is about 6 adopted sisters, and then this final book is about a missing sister that was never adopted. I don't really know yet. But all these books are basically the same. Like, it's about their adoptive father dying, and then they go on a discovery of their biological parents and like where they come from and things like that. And the writing and the stories, they are super cheesy. I wouldn't call them like literary masterpieces or anything. It is very straightforward. It is like super cheesy, over the top. But I was so in the mood for that right now. And also, throughout the series, there have been questions that still haven't been answered yet, and I want the answers. I just want to know. So I started this book on my e-reader. Was it smart? I don't know, but I guess it's still the final book in a series, so it still counts towards a challenge. And I just really feel like reading a book that I don't have to think about too much, that just doesn't take any concentration from me whatsoever, that is very easy. And this book is exactly it. So hopefully it will be fun. For now, I think my evening is going to be, I am going to take a shower, get into my pajamas, read some of The Missing Sister, and then play some Harry Potter Lego on my Nintendo, because I haven't played that in ages and I used to love doing that a couple of months ago. So I very much feel like doing that. And then maybe watch some television and go to sleep. That's my evening plan, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It is now Saturday the 29th, and again, I missed a day of filming, mostly because I was working on my thesis again. And I can hear you thinking, Michelle, why don't you make those nice aesthetic shots of you like typing away on a laptop and working on your thesis, so we have something to look at. The thing is, my I guess office, like my study room, is a huge mess, because that is the room where I keep all of my house decorating related items that I still need to put up. So there are lots of boxes and it's messy. There's an empty bookshelf that I still need to fill. So like, it's not really a film appropriate room. But I don't really have the time to like clean it up right now, because I want to finish my thesis first. But yeah, that's the reason. And also, you know, just imagine me being at a desk typing on my laptop, because that is what I've been doing this past week. So today is the 29th, and of course this week has been the Do the Thing-a-thon, but today it's also another edition of the Basically Readathon. It is actually from noon till noon, from today the 29th until tomorrow noon the 30th. And this is a readathon, a 24-hour readathon organized by one of my best friends, Britt from Basically Britt. The challenge, as always, is to read a book that has been on your TBR forever. And even though I'm not like completely participating in this, mostly because I just do not have the time to read all day, I have to do thesis stuff, I have to clean desperately. But even so, I guess I'm sort of semi-participating, because I still want to read today. And also, even more excitingly, tonight there's going to be a live show for the Basically Readathon, and I will be on there as a guest as well. So I will do reading sprints with Britt and a couple of other amazing booktubers there as well. So that should be fun, and at least that will give me some reading time. But yeah, I guess I'm sort of semi-participating in the readathon, which is nice, and yeah, very excited for that. But let me give you a reading update, because I think that's, you know, sort of interesting for a reading vlog. So I have been reading The Missing Sister by Lucinda Riley. I'm now 17% in, because this book is a long one. I don't know if you've seen it in a bookstore or anything, or physically, but this book is like so big. So I'm happy that I have it on my e-reader, which saves a lot of space. And this book, you know, it is exactly what I want right now. It is so cheesy and it's a bit contrived, I guess. Like the story, it's just, it is a bit weird. It is a contemporary, and there are no fantasy elements to it, but it's so over the top that it almost feels like fantasy sometimes. But it's fun, and it's kind of mind numbing. And also there are some mysteries that have been, you know, you have been gotten clues throughout the series that I now really want the answers to. So I love reading this. It is exactly what I want right now. Too bad that I haven't read more of A Sky Beyond the Storm, but I'm sure that will be fine once I have time for that and maybe are in a better headspace for that. But also I have still been listening to my audiobook of The King of Crows. I'm now on page 226, so I'm about halfway through, which is really nice. I'm very pleased with that. But I don't see myself finishing it today and tomorrow, you know, within the span of the readathon, but you know, it's still fine because I'm pretty sure I will finish it soon. And it's still enjoyable. I do feel like at this point, maybe it's getting a bit too long. Like I really want to get to the point, which is not really a thing that the Diviner series does all that quickly. But I do love the writing style still, and to spend all this time with all these characters. Like that's the upside of it, because this series really takes its time with things. You do get to spend a lot of time with all of the characters. And the characters are by far the best thing of the series. So I've been listening to that. Yeah. Pretty much it for right now. I think I will now go for a little walk because the weather has been so nice, and it's going to be really nice for the next week, which is just like A+ timing when you're supposed to write a thesis. But I hope it will stay nice after that as well. And a little bit of sunshine, you know, a little bit of vitamin D is probably good. And then I really need to clean up my apartment because it is just so messy, and I feel like if it's this messy, I'm just not able to concentrate anymore. Like you cannot see it. I don't film the mess. I'm not going to film the mess. That's just not my thing. But it's messy. Trust me. It needs some cleaning up, and I think that should be nice. And then tonight we have the live show, which is going to be a lot of fun as well. Okay, it is now Sunday. The Basically Readathon has ended. I think I did pretty well, especially with the reading sprints, the live show. Of course, it's not going to be an ultimate 24-hour readathon if you're working on your thesis, but I feel like, considering, I still did pretty well. I definitely read some of The Missing Sister, which I enjoyed very much. But even more fun now, I'm actually going to meet Britt at the park close by, because it is again a very sunny day. The weather is gorgeous. So we're going to hang out at the park and bring some snacks and bring books, of course. So we can do a bit of reading and a bit of, you know, relaxing. And I think I very much need it right now. Just a little bit of downtime, I guess, a little bit of relaxing and some sunshine. I worked on my thesis this morning, and I will work on it again once I get back home this afternoon. But for now, I'm going out. I'm going to enjoy the sun and the gorgeous weather, and it's going to be really nice. It is Monday, the 31st of May, so the Do the Tingathon is now officially over. So I will now give you like a quick wrap up of what I've managed to read this week, and I have to say I'm quite pleased with myself. So firstly, The Missing Sister by Lucinda Riley. I have read 44%. I don't know the exact page amount because it is an ebook, but I do know, I think I mentioned it before, but I do know that the book is quite massive. In real life it's around 700 pages, so that's really not too bad. I still have the same thoughts on it, like it is fun, but it's also a bit cliche, and I feel like there's a lot pushed into this final story, a lot crammed into it, and I'm still waiting for some of the most important answers, which I hopefully will have soon once I finish it. But I was very happy with this pick because yeah, it is a perfectly okay book. That is definitely what I want right now. Then my audiobook, The King of Crows, I have listened to around 324 pages of this, which is also pretty amazing. Again, I'm very pleased with that. And it is fun, interesting, so much is happening. But I will say that, as with the rest of the book series, it's sometimes a bit slow because this book really takes its time with a lot of things. But it's also very exciting because there's a lot going on. There are like ghosts and supernatural things, and it's spooky and scary and funny, and The characters still, also said this multiple times before, are amazing. So I'm pretty sure that I will finish this audiobook in the next couple of days. Also shouldn't be a problem. Then for the non-fiction book Op je lijf geschreven by Maria Louise, the body positivity book. I haven't read anything of it, well, only a little bit. With this one I'm now at page 170, not sure why I started. I think I've only picked it up once when I was feeling like it. So I don't have any new thoughts on this one, but my thoughts so far are positive from what I've read, you know, in general, not just during this readathon. So again, we'll keep you updated on that in a next video probably. And then for A Sky Beyond the Storm, I'm not sure at which page I started with this one, but I'm now at page 182. So I have read some of it, but it hasn't been my main book of the week, contrary to what I had anticipated or what I had intended. So I don't have a whole lot of new thoughts on this one neither. But yeah, again, what I've read so far, I have enjoyed. It's just not the book that my mind is in the right headspace for right now. And then one last final thing, as you could see, I was at the park yesterday with Britt. We had an amazing time. It was so nice and sunny. But speaking of Britt, she actually just has launched a new shop update, because in case you don't know, Britt has a web shop where she sells lots of amazing items. I will leave a link to the shop down below, but I want to show you the 2 items that I got from her web shop. First of all, like, well, there are 2 bookmarks, but the first one is a coffee shop inspired bookmark with like coffee and books and plants, and it's just so pretty. And then the second one is like, I think my favorite bookmark as of right now, because it has gold foiling on it and it's a stack of books. So please go take a look at the Basically Britt web shop, because she has bookmarks, stickers, notebooks, whatever, and she has a lot of new amazing items. I think she also has notepads and a pin and more stickers, so please give it a look, because there are amazing things on there. And I'm very happy with my 2 new bookmarks. So yeah, I think that pretty much is it for this reading vlog. Actually no, one final thing that I need to address, because I also wrote 6,500 words for my thesis, for my master thesis. So all in all, I am very happy with what I managed to do this week. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with myself. It was a good week. I think it was a fun reading vlog. I hope you liked it. And yeah, a pretty successful readathon, I would say. And yeah, for the next couple of days I will be continuing my thesis. I will finish my first draft. So wish me luck with that. That's what I'm going to focus on for the rest of this week. So probably no new reading vlog this week, because it's just going to be too busy. But I really do hope that you enjoyed this vlog and that you liked it. And if you did, maybe go subscribe, give it a thumbs up. I would love to hear your feedback. Maybe leave it a comment, what you liked, what you didn't like. And as always, I would really appreciate the support. And hopefully I will see you again very soon in one of my next videos. Bye!